بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم نحمده ونصلي على رسوله الكريم أما بعد. One of the keys and the backbone to becoming a better person is what we call muhasaba. In English I have different words for it. Introspection, self-assessment. If this is not in our lives, then we have a big void. Day of Qiyamah, Surah Kahf, مَا لِهَذَا الْكِتَابِ لَا يُغَادِرُ صَغِيرَةً وَلَا كَبِيرَةً إِلَّا أَحْصَاهَا. So when you see a book of deeds on Day of Qiyamah, you'll be shocked that every single thing, every single deed, good or bad, is in this book. So you will have a hisab on Day of Qiyamah. Now before that hisab, to get a shock, you need to get a hisab in this dunya. That's what Umar radiyallahu ta'ala anhu used to say, حَاسِبُوا أَنفُسَكُمْ قَبْلَ أَن تُحَاسَبُوا. So you take hisab, an account of yourself in this dunya, your deeds, your a'mal, your akhlaq, your character, your ibadah, in this world before tomorrow, when you pass away. Before Allah takes account of you, the malaika take account of you, the hisab is in front of you, the mizan is in front of you. Why? The other places says, الْيَوْمُ عَمَلٌ وَلَا حِسَاب. Today you have a chance to change everything. You realize, you know what? This is not good, you change it. Tomorrow is hisabun wala amal. Tomorrow's accountability, but you can't change anything. If you got a business and you don't take accounts, you got a chocolate business or a sweet business. Let's say you got a sweet business, a chocolate business, and you're buying the chocolates at £1. Yes? And you're selling it at 99p. And you realize, hey, I'm losing 1p on every chocolate. I'm not making a profit. So if you take account, what's going to happen? You realize this business is not worth it. I'm making a loss. No? And then you can change and say, you know what? The selling price shouldn't be 99p. The selling price should be how much? $4.99 or $1.99. Depends how much profit you want to make. How much you can rip off people. Yes. So then you realize, I was making a loss. I wasn't calculating the shipping. I was selling for £1, but really it cost $1.25 because I didn't calculate the shipping. When you do hisab, so if you do hisab and you start taking accountability, you know where your losses are, where your shortcomings are. That's why it's very, very important to take hisab. And I sent on the group as well. Mufti Muhammad had posted from his father that he had a logbook. You seen it? A logbook, Manana Adam Sahib rahmatullah alayhi. And that logbook, basically, we say do hisab. You can do hisab mentally every day. But what's very beneficial if you have like a written record. Like, okay, this Ramadan, I done 4 khatams, 5 khatams, 10 khatams. The next Ramadan, I think, this is a target I need to match. And you think, you know what? Daily, how much salah ala nabi you recite? How much istighfar you recite? Because sometimes you think, I'm just doing it. I do it most days, and I realize I don't do it most days. I don't do it one day in a week, and I think I'm doing it most days. You don't realize. Yes? Like if you say, study, nothing's going to happen, is it? We say, study from 5 o'clock to 5:25, one period. 5:25, 5:50, second period. And every day, every week, I have a record. Teachers, what did you teach this week? So I know, okay, unit 1, part 1. So I got hisab. If not, like, you waste one day, start talking one day, absent one day, present one day. And every term you have exams. What are exams? So accountability, how far have you made progress? So this is very, very important. And without this, you don't realize how much a loss you're making. That's why hisab is very important. So you can take daily hisab. Mentally is fine, but better than I recommend is some kind of, you have these apps, habit apps, or you have, you take your own record book, make a Google sheet, something, and just keep record. And not that Allah doesn't remember, but these things, what are these for? Your own self. When you have this, you realize, okay, I do 3 juz every day. I'm Hafiz, I'm doing dua every 3 days now. You know what? On weekends, I don't do 3, I don't do 1 juz. Then you realize I'm falling behind the weekend. You can see accountability. And slowly, when you have this pattern, when things take a pattern, when get in the rhythm, you don't feel like breaking the rhythm. No, you feel like, I can't break this. It's just like it's going on. You don't feel like it. That's when you get the buzz. It's very important. And along with this, we also have accountability of our a'mal, but of our physical a'mal, you can record as you have in that book. Yes. But along with this, you have to take hisab of yourself, your character, your behavior, your approach to things. If not, I'll give you 2 examples. You see, what's the dua of the Prophet ﷺ? Allahumma arina al-haqqa haqqan warzuqna ittiba'ah wa arina al-batila batilan warzuqna ijtinabah. That, oh Allah, show me the truth to be the truth, meaning I want to see that, this is right. So I know this is right, yes, and I can follow it. So one is, you don't see the truth as being the truth, you think it's wrong. Number 2 is, you see the truth as being the truth, but you're too lazy or you just don't want to follow it. Similarly, this is wrong, so show me that I can understand, yes, this is wrong. No, this is wrong. Like, when we see people committing murder, blowing up buildings, and putting it on TikTok, which means either they're pure evil or they're so deluded that they don't even know wrong is wrong. You know? Which means that, so that's why they do it. Allah, show me wrong to be wrong, so I understand what is wrong, and then give it to follow this. I give it one story from the Quran and one personal story. Where my street, there's a cul-de-sac. Yeah, so you have to go one way, have to turn around, and it's like, you know how Highfields is all like full of cars and no parking, and you're shaking your head, yeah, I don't like Highfields, and there's too much, no parking problem. So some time ago, one guy just came and he parked his car in the middle of the road, and I didn't see the park, but I was like, what's this car doing in the middle? And they put up behind blowing the horn, and it's like, what's this car doing in the middle? It's on. And the guy went to the school, and he came back, and he said, oh, I had to drop my daughter off. So it's like, and he was like telling everybody else off that, mujhe kuch parwah nahi, beti ko chorna hai school par. So he just parked his car in the middle of the road. He went to the school, dropped his daughter off, and this slowly came back to the car and said, it's your fault, I have to drop my daughter off school. So which means that in his eyes, I didn't do anything wrong. I was, not sometimes we all do a bit of a, double yellow, like, we get away with it before the things come. Keep an eye out from the window before the things come. The parking inspector. We know it's wrong, but we don't have time. We'll do a quick one, just quickly run away and get away with it. But it's wrong, but I can't find parking quickly. Just drop off quickly. Yes, not in London. London's got cameras all over the place. Unless we get away with it a little bit. But we know it's wrong, but we just lazy. But this person thought, no, what I'm doing is right. I can't bother. You guys don't understand. You don't understand that I dropped my daughter off school. So a person does something so obvious that everybody's like, are you a nutcase? And he's like, no, it's your fault. I got to drop my daughter to school. What can I? You see? So sometimes a person who doesn't have that ability, the isti'dad to accept the truth, you don't get far in life. And the most scary one is when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala talking about Fir'aun. He says, زُيِّنَ لِفِرْعَوْنَ See, Absab? Are you sure? زُيِّنَ لِفِرْعَوْنَ سُوءُ أَمَلِهِ. So this is regarding one particular context, but overall, what did Fir'aun do? He was killing the Banu Israel. He was massacring them. He was genociding them. He was being abusive to them. He then said, I'm going to build a big building and see God. Did you really think that? Like, even if you think, one is, okay, God is, but he didn't even reach the clouds, innit? Okay, let's say, for example, somebody's really stupid now. He goes, I went to the clouds and there's no God in the clouds. Like, you don't even understand what God is. But even if you say, okay, I reached the clouds, I reached really high, I went in a rocket, went in space, and we didn't see God. Even that's you don't understand what the concept of God is. You need to learn some basic aqidah. But how big did Fir'aun expect to build that tower? Like, but he said, I'm going to see, لَأَلِّ أَطَّلِعُ إِلَىٰ إِلَهِ مُوسَى. But Allah said, oh, he زُيِّنَ لِفِرْعَوْنَ سُوءَ أَمَلِهِ. He actually thought that this was actually, I'm actually in the right. You get what I'm saying? So despite all of this, he's thinking, no, it's not me, I'm not doing anything wrong. You understand? So that is the key. Like, any way you want to get success is you have to be able to accept that I make mistakes. And you have to be able to accept when somebody tells you, or you introspect yourself. Like sometimes, if, for example, you might be in riyah. Your actions, you pray when you're musalla, mashallah, you pray really nice with tajweed and everything. When you're at home, you don't pray with tajweed. You don't pray properly. How do you pray? It's like, okay, why is this? Am I involved in riyah? The way I behave, am I acting proud? I said, no, I'm not proud. But the way you behave, the way you talk to people who are younger than you, the way you walk, the way you talk, the way you interact. If you're not willing to accept that, that's why the first step is accepting that, yes, I've got some problems. I'm not have problems. That's what has made us with problems. That's the whole test of the world. The world's a test. That we have the darul imtihan, and we have our natural instincts, which are good, but they can also lead us to bad. This is a test. But if you're not willing to accept this, you will never get anywhere. In class, if I tell you, marfu, pray marfu, is fa'il, is marfu, yes? But you say, no. What's the point in class? Like, you're not going to learn. So I say, yeah, I'm making mistakes in my reading, so therefore, you're caught in Qira'at class. I said, Ra is full mouth. I'm reading it full mouth. Read it more full mouth. No, it's all right. What's the point of being in Tajweed class? Will you ever hear Qari Sahab? You say Qari Sahab. No? If you're not listening to Qari Sahab, you remember Qari Sahab. He's telling you have to listen to him. So similarly in life, if you are willing to accept from your parents, your elders, your teachers, you also got a dictionary, get your phone out, dictionary. Got a big word coming up. You know what? Introspect. It's a big word, it's not a big word.
I don't understand these words.
You understand these words? You don't look in the mirror. You don't look in the mirror. You don't look at yourself. You will never become a better person. Fahim? So that's one of the main things. One is, do muhasabah of yourself. So muhasabah of the zahir, and so for that, very useful is to have like a little record sheet, a little book, And as you do it more, you get better and better ideas. There's no point me sharing mine with you because you got your own one. So just keep record. Whether you have a loop, you have a Google sheet, you have a spreadsheet, you have a notebook, it helps a lot. If you say, okay, no, every day, even if it's for Quran, and every day is 111, so like 20 days you read, or 21 day, you don't want to miss day 21 in it because your sheets, your ticks are going to go. You're not doing it for the ticks, but it's that motivation is there. So on your a'mal, you record them and you realize, and it gives you motivation to do even more. If it's a salat al Nabi, you say, I just read some. How much you read? I don't know, I want to be at night time. And you got a record, every day I do 200. Then you think, let me do 300. And you have a game against yourself. And you end up reaching thousands. It's very easy, but you have to do that thing. And number 2, do muhasabah of your internal a'mal. Your thinking, and this is very important. And without this, a person, he just remains deluded that I am a good person. Because everybody thinks that in there. Everybody's got problems, except me. I'll give some dirty examples. You know people who don't have a bath, they smell a bit. They don't smell themselves, innit? They think, and he goes, you smells. But you can't, because you're used to your smell, innit? No? Ahmed? If you don't have a bath, you're used to the smell every day, innit? I'm not sick of smelling it. Is that example? You know what happens, innit? If you got bad breath, you smell your own bad breath. Because you're used to your own smell, innit? But that person next to you think, this guy's breath is stinking. How do I tell him? Because he's used to his smell, his breath. He's used to his bad smell. But when you go next to him, he's like, oh Allah, what should I do? What do I tell him? And he thinks, everybody else smells. I never smell. That's same about akhlaq. We think, I'm not proud. I'm humble. I am so kind. My jokes are funny. No, I need to check my own jokes, if they're funny or not. I think, I'm the funniest guy. My jokes are really cool. But then you realize everybody's laughing at the politeness. His jokes are so stupid, yeah. But if you don't laugh, it's not adab. So we have to laugh. You have to giggle. Yes, I have to do muhasabah with my jokes. But seriously, innit? Because everybody thinks, I'm the coolest person. I'm good. Everything is good. My qira'ah is good. My tajweed is good. My akhlaq is good. Nothing's wrong with me. But if you sit down and take a step back and think, yeah, you know what? This is one shortcoming I have. Then you can work on yourself. You can get better. So do things. Do muhasabah of your zahir and keep accounts of your good deeds. So it helps to motivate you. And also be open-minded. So you sit in the company of the ulama, you realize, this is a problem I have. You read books, somebody points something out to you. You see a fault in somebody else. You think, you know what, he done this, but I do the same thing as well in a similar way. Remember I told the example before? I don't want to go on too long, it's a bit late. Remember that example I told you before? That comes in the Banu Israel. Yes? That Allah subhanahu, I said it before, but let's go quickly again. That in the Banu Israel, there was 3 people. And these people were poor and had an illness. Yes? They were poor and had an illness. So Allah tested them. Allah sent an angel. And Allah removed the illness. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala removed the illness and gave them some wealth. Then a few years later, 10, 15, 20 years later, Allah sent an angel again. And Allah sent the angel in the form that they were before, poor and ill. And when they asked the person who was poor and ill, one was blind, one was a leopard, one was deaf, whatever they had these illnesses, the angel came in the same form. And he said to him, please help me. He said, no, I can't help you. So you were poor 10 years ago, 15 years ago. And what happened now? Now the angels come and ask, the angel, Allah set a test as a human form to help me. You say, no, I can't help you. You forgot your past. So we read that story. And I was in Haram once. And when I went out recently. So what happens after Salah? Before Salah, what happens? Like, it looks crowded, isn't it? But then when you go and sit, you say, please, just like, no, brother, akhi, give me a little space. So you want space, innit? And when it gets a bit crowded and somebody else comes out to space, where do you go? There's no space here, man. Where do you want to go? No? So when you came to get space, what do you think? There's space. Let me give me space. What are you like that for? I mean, you're sitting down, you're comfortable now. Somebody else asks you for space. What do you say? There's no space. So everybody think, and I thought, I'm just like Banu Israel. I'm no better than them. No? And at least it took 10 years to forget. It took me 5 minutes to forget. They forgot for 10 years that they were blind and poor. And 5 minutes I forgot that I wanted space and I got space. Now I don't get somebody else space. No? So if you do muhasabah all the time, that everything you do, every step you take, you realize, you know what? I'm full of shortcomings, I'm full of faults, I need to change myself, get better. And again, nothing to get all panicky, it's like slowly, bit by bit, you get better. Yes? So keep that open, keep your minds open, work hard, and read, and expand your knowledge. Without knowledge, you wouldn't know, okay, pride is actually a sin. I didn't know about what pride was. I didn't know what self-conceit and arrogance was. I didn't know what stinginess was. I don't know what selfishness was. I learned it, and I realized, all right, this is something I need to work on. So may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give me and all of you the ability to act upon this. Subhanallah wa bihamdihi, subhanakallahumma wa bihamdika, wa nashhadu an la ilaha illa anta, nastaghfiruka wa natubu